Welcome into the PHNX Suns show. I am Espo. He's Saul. That is Gerald. Yeah, it's just the three of us again. You can deal with it. It's all right. A big day.
So aggressive.
Am I not enough?
Unnecessarily.
My rank hasn't kicked in yet. What do you want?
Unnecessarily aggressive.
Are we not enough for you?
We're more than enough for each and every one
that's
of you. I
good.
appreciate you guys being here. We got some Suns news today.
I don't like that either.
It's the end of, my God. It's the end of August. We rarely get Suns news, but we did get some of it today as the Phoenix Suns, as we've told you on this program.
No, Espo, that's not how we're going to do this.
Okay,
What?
Let's
You
just,
do it the way you
folks,
want.
let's just talk about it. There was a tweet a while back by a certain gentleman on this panel, not named Gerald or Saul, and he listed out the things that Matt Ishbia needed to do in order to kind of rectify this whole community and get the bad taste of Sarver out of his of our mouths. And
Thank you
guess
for not
what?
saying his.
That's exactly what happened. Everything that you wanted came true.
Do you want me to read the
kind of.
tweet that
Yeah, don't
somebody
be
sent
fucking
back?
modest
Fine.
now.
Fine.
You've been showboating this whole time. You might as well just put it out
Fine.
there. Throw it out on the table.
So a
come
friend of
on.
the program said here. Hey,
I'm so mad.
so this person sent this tweet that I had sent back in earlier in the summer. I said, love everything the Suns and Matt Ishbia have done this offseason. The cherry on the top of the sundae would have been making a proper ring of honor inside the Arena Bowl and adding Amari and Marion to it. And then I said, banners in the rafter, remove the digital board.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty spot on.
yeah. So I guess we kind of hit that nail on the head there as the Suns announced today that the new Ring of Honor will include banners with players' names or numbers, or non-players who are in the ring will have their names and years that they were with the team. They will also have murals in the upper concourse by local artists that will represent each and every one of the people in the Ring of Honor. And Matt Ishbia said, the members of the Ring of Honor played a central role in creating the organization's storied history, and it's important that we honor them in a way that we will always be on display. These legends help define the Suns and are integral members of our family, connecting all generations of our fans throughout the past 55 years. The permanent banners and murals will serve as a constant tribute to their contributions to the team's history and how they paved the way for the next era of Suns basketball. Yes, it's a mouthful, but it was well.
Damn, that was a lot.
It was well worth reading. Guys, what were your initial thoughts when you saw the news today, other than my tweets?
Other than excitement for you.
Yeah.
I mean, because we already knew that the Ring of Honor was going to exist. I didn't really have much of a reaction. I was happy for you, for sure. I do like, there's some attention to detail that obviously has been displayed now. So I love that. The murals up in the upper deck, fantastic. Cool. I do have a question though. I want to know, is the murals, right? Does that pertain to just Suns great players, or are there going to be people in the organization that should be recognized?
Well, it's the people,
because I know of
from the
two
ring.
that actually work on this show that should be recognized in mural form
We're gonna
on
have
the
a
second deck.
Oh, that's nice.
which two?
I am curious.
Well, Eddie Johnson.
You asshole.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the murals, if it goes along with the banners, it's going to be Alvin Adams, Charles Barkley, Tom Chambers, Jerry Colangelo, Walter Davis, Cotton Fitzsimmons, Connie Hawkins, KJ, John McLeod, Dan Marley, Al McCoy, Steve Nash, Joe Prosky, Dick Van Arsdale, and Paul Westphal.
And eventually Marion and Amari this year.
Yeah, and they'll be there.
I know
So
you're
they're
making a joke,
they're going to be.
I mean,
They're going to be, Amari and Sean Marion are going to be at this unveiling for the Suns home opener on October 28th. That's not when their ring of induction ceremony will be, because there were a lot of people asking about that. Those will be later in the season to be determined, and they'll be separate nights, so each one has their own night. But it is cool that they're going to have a lot of Suns greats in the building. They're going to be showing off these murals. They're going to be unveiling the banners at halftime. It's going to be a good time.
Gerald, I'd just like to thank you for having a pre-existing engagement on opening night, so I can go represent
This is
us
Espo's
for
night,
this moment.
I will not be there.
honestly, like, it could not have worked any better. We literally talked about
For
this
him.
yesterday. Oh yeah, for him.
For me,
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
for him,
yeah.
it's great.
I mean, that's why I don't have friends, because I don't have to commit to shit like that. But like, yeah, listen, this is gonna be phenomenal. And honestly, if there's anybody out of this crew that should be able to go to that, it would be you.
Thank you.
So there you go. Also, I feel like there's a missed opportunity here. I feel like, listen, we should be, instead of painting murals on walls that not everybody can see or not everybody's going to go see, they should just paint that shit on the roof like the Sistine Chapel. I mean, that would be awesome.
On the,
I mean,
well,
that
but
would
if
be
it's
kinda
like the
cool, but-
Sistine Chapel that's on the inside, you still have the same problem. Wouldn't you want it on the top of the roof on the outside? How do you want it so everybody can see it? You just talk,
My brother in Christ. What the fuck are you talking
Well, you
about?
said everybody. I assume you meant people going into the arena are the only ones that can see it, and those who can't afford to go in the arena aren't going to see it.
If
No.
You're talking about people going up to the second deck?
Yeah.
Well, that's for the people that have to pay for the cheap seats. They get something
So
special.
the solution was to put it on top of the
I'm
arena?
I'm just confused as to what you're asking for. Anybody can walk to the second deck.
I
And look at
understood where he was coming from, but your reaction got me.
it. Look. Can I take this a little seriously?
Yes,
sure,
please,
sure.
please.
Let's
I know
try.
we've had some fun with this, but look, this is exactly what should have happened. It was a disgrace that the disgraced former owner of this franchise decided to turn what was a way to honor the people who built this franchise brick by brick from 1969 on, and he turned it into an advertisement opportunity. It was disgusting, quite frankly. I said it on the show before. And Matt Ishbia, and it's been 6 months since February. I don't count real well, but in a short time, he was able to rectify so many of the issues that have been problematic for this team for what feels like almost 2 decades. He came in, he listened to the fans, his brother Justin, the entire ownership group listened to the fans, what's important to them. They said they're stewards of this team and not owners, and they've truly treated it like that by respecting the teams before, the players before, and listening to the fans and giving them what they truly have wanted. And there's something to be said for that in sports, because without the fans, you have nothing. You have really expensive guys and no revenue.
I hear you, Espo, and I want to give the fans a portion of the credit, but I feel like a portion is what should be the key word, because I feel like there is a part of this, and we know because we've spoken to the individuals within that organization that were not on board with all the crazy ass ridiculous changes that has happened in the previous decade and a half. They wanted things to change. They wanted things to go to this kind of forum. Guys, go back to the first time you ever walked into an arena or walked into a stadium and you got to see the icons or the greats of that particular team around the arena or around the field or the stadium or whatever. There's a certain nostalgia that goes along with that. There's a certain kind of, a gladiator kind of remembrance that kind of goes along with that. And it's sacred. It's sacred. There's a sacred part to this. And to just throw it in digital form and shit all over it and walk in and it really doesn't, you don't know the difference between an advertisement and recognizing somebody for their tremendous achievements. I'm sorry, Mountain West Credit Union, and I'm not trying to bag on you. If you want to sponsor the show, come aboard. It's not the same as trying to recognize Charles Barkley or Steve Nash. It's not the same. Those two do not coexist.
When
Right.
you bring that up, sorry. When I used to walk into the arena for work every morning, that was the first. We were on level 3. That's where our offices were. You walked through the suites and you could see the bowl, and that was the first thing I looked at every time I walked in the building. Were those members of the Ring of Honor? And I remembered as a kid walking to that arena first time, and I tried to keep that in mind every day when I went to work, because I realized that any moment of what I was doing could be somebody's first touch point with this team and what that moment meant for me when I was a kid. And I kept that in my mind, and that's why that was so important to me and why I pushed that so much, is because multiple reasons it had meaning there.
Yeah, it just continues to speak to the fact that he gets it every move that he's made, not just, getting Kevin Durant and bringing in a new coach and getting Bradley Beal and all this other stuff, but just the fact that he understands what the fans want, the things that they'll appreciate, And I think for me, the biggest thing was moving to repair those bridges with Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire. Obviously, those are going to be great nights for the fan base, for those two in particular, to finally be back in the building in a welcome capacity, and instead of that tenuous one that it was before. They're having a reimagined Ring of Honor for the Phoenix Mercury as well. So it's not just a Suns thing. They're going to unveil those plans before the 2024 WNBA season. The guy just gets it. Like, he just understands how to win over this fan base, how to make this city, which is already a Suns town, even more of a Suns town. And I'm all for it. Like, this is awesome stuff. And it's very bare bones. It's very obvious stuff, but he's just nailing it each step of the way. So I'm entirely here for it.
It was obvious for 2 decades, and certain things weren't done. So
that's the great thing.
Just because it's obvious doesn't always mean it gets done, right?
But listen, like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that Matt Ishbia has done the most obvious things to correct. And he's now, like, we all consider him like probably the best owner we've ever had. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and all he did was just like, the lights are off. Yeah. Click, the lights are on. I'm a genius.
But sometimes that's all it takes.
Hail the light bringer.
It's crazy.
Like, sometimes that's all it takes.
I mean, sometimes it's as simple as changing your profile pic. It could be that simple, right?
Hold on, before we could talk about the Gerald stuff that's been going on in the chat in a second. But I think it's great that Matt Ishbia is going to start the season by hanging banners in the rafter, and they're going to end the season by putting the first one up there for a championship. So,
I see what you did there.
Yeah, and the way they're doing that is by building team chemistry already. There was a video that came out last night, yesterday afternoon, actually, after the show, of the team working out together, coming out of a workout in UCLA here. You see Devin Booker, I believe it was Bull, DeAndre Ayton, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Miles Simon was there as well.
Kevin Young.
Kevin Young was also there. Now, I don't remember what league rules are, so maybe the coaches aren't there, wink, wink. But it's good to see that these guys are spending time together, working out, building that chemistry. Because the other day, I said that's my biggest concern. One thing that could derail this team is lack of chemistry. They're working together already.
Also, is that like the Rec? Because it's not Poly Pavilion.
No, it's not. It's probably one of their practice courts facilities.
Have you seen Poly Pavilion? Have you been there? Yeah. Like, that thing is massive. They have it's like 5 full-size courts.
By the way, the best part is Bull's sweatpants.
They're enormous.
Like, it's like he got Shaq's sweatpants just because of height, but forgot.
Those
you got to fill the rest of that stuff.
And DA is in this video for everybody.
He is in the video.
Not that video.
This is also filmed by the most wholesome fan ever, just saying the most positive things to every player that walked out.
TikTok's joy.of.everything. Like, the guy must have a real passion for, like, he was the most soft spoken, just like, hey.
It's like, hey, have a good season.
Yeah. Like, and people bagged on Kevin Durant. Oh, he didn't say anything. The guy's like, no, he did say thank you. He's just soft spoken like me.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I don't know, Miles, you're my guy. You know, we've met each other several times. I love Miles Simon. He got us a national championship down at the U of A. Oh, forever going to be grateful. But I don't know what shoes you were carrying around. I hope those weren't the shoes that you were balling in, because those were kind of raggedy.
Man.
I do love you, though.
God, poor guy taking strays just for being in the video. But
I mean, hey, listen, if you're going to come, you got to come correct, especially if you're right around DA, KD, Booker, Beal. They all have elite shoes. Borrow a pair.
Okay. Simon, what do you need to prove to any of them? All right. Okay, a lot. Anyways, so I think this is a good first step. These are the things you like to see. Obviously, it's not make or break, but the fact that they're already working out together in August says a lot, because they could all be still working out on their own. There's no obligation to do this.
So EJ made it a point to say that this is not uncommon. Yeah. Like, a lot of teams do this. This is not out of the ordinary. The only time you don't see it is usually by bad teams that don't have any chemistry, no veteran leadership. And so it is a good sign. It's a positive sign, but it's not uncommon. I wouldn't sit here and be like, oh my God, this is the start of, what's inevitably going to be a championship, but it is something to build chemistry before they even get to camp. They're probably working through things, so that way they're not behind the 8 ball. They don't have to find that chemistry as much day one of the season, as opposed to working through the toughness out through preseason and training camp. So
You're totally wrong. It's the start of a championship. So.
well, I mean that's you hopefully.
I mean, come on. Gerald, any thoughts on your end when it comes to this?
No, not really.
All right.
I like to see Book rocking the new shorts, though. He really does seem to like them. So
Yeah, he loves that.
I approve.
I'm excited to see those on the court fully as well. Eli in the chat. I'm ready for the bowler coaster. We can say that. Lindsay's not here, so we can celebrate the bowler coaster. So, no.
We're going to have some fun
We're not
graphics for
doing
that
it
this
again.
year.
We got a new sponsor in the house. Have you guys heard about Splash Sports?
No.
I have not.
No, this is, I've worked very hard to get this put together for everybody. Splash Sports.
So you wanted to make a splash?
I did. I very much did for you,
Who
the
are you?
fans of PHNX.
Oh.
We've got, they do weekly contests where you can pick 'em contests, NFL survivor pool contests. They do other things when the NBA season starts, and it's for real money. It's not like, hey, let's have screw bragging rights. I want cold hard cash when I beat people at something. And we've got that for you. What you got to do is head to splashsports.com/PHNX, sign up. It's only going to cost you $5 to enter the pool for our NFL Pick'em and our NFL Survivor pool on there, our Survivor contest on there. First prize, you're going to get $315. Second prize, $90. And even if you're in third, no bronze medal, you're getting $45. All right. It's still good cash. So, and then the Survivor contest is $450 winner take all.
Okay.
So you're going to win it all if you're there. We'll also be running some weekly contests. So make sure to do that. Once again, splashsports.com/PHNX to join in and keep an eye out for those different contests. We'll let you know about those as well.
Emma, how many times have you had cold hard cash put into your hand? Answer honestly.
Like cold, what,
Like
dollar
dollar
bills,
bills.
y'all.
Cold hard cash.
often?
Often.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Baller.
I got
All
paid
right.
in cash for like a couple of different jobs,
Just-
strictly only
Are,
cash.
are you supposed to admit this? The IRS may or may not be listening.
They don't need to know shit.
You know what you could spend those winnings on though?
What?
Saturday Neon.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
there you go.
They've got the best LED logo signs in the business.
They do.
and
From the best schools.
Yeah, I mean, the one Arizona school that counts.
Yeah, in
correct.
Colorado and a
Yes.
couple others.
Colorado's great. I love their Colorado neon signs. I'm making up for the last time where I asked why Colorado was on the list, remember?
Yeah.
And then we found out, the
Yeah.
owners are from
Yeah.
Colorado. That's why. But the company was started by two friends that were former college roommates, and now they make officially licensed collegiate logo LED neon signs. So whether you're a diehard supporter or a casual, you'll love the way that these signs light up your space in University of Arizona colors. Bear down, go get that win on Saturday, boys. Saturday Neon are made with high quality materials.
I agree,
They're backed
Gerald.
by a 2-year
Forks
warranty.
up.
They're shipped with everything you need to mount, power, and dim, so every sign is easy to install and operate. So go to SaturdayNeon.com, use the code PHNX. You're going to save 10% off your order today, and you're going to get free shipping for orders over $200. So was there something you wanted to add in?
No.
Or do you have comments you want to read?
No. I mean, like the sign is beautiful. I had an ASU joke, but I'm just gonna hold it off.
I mean, they're already embarrassed they went to that school, so you don't have to keep.
I am not. I'm good with where I went to
Yeah.
school.
I have a great education. I'm doing well, actually.
Hey, Emma, can we show the Gerald thing from yesterday? You got that?
Oh, of course I got that.
We can show you this is what an ASU education gets you.
All right, no.
Deep fried
damn,
Snickers.
Emma.
Deep fried
Emma.
Snickers.
How did you fall for that, Emma? Emma.
Oh,
Oh, man.
All I saw is a
Emma.
man who had a deep fried Snickers and two schmucks who didn't. So I'm good with that.
Emma's reaction
Don't
was
throw this
priceless.
shade at me. I didn't call for the graphic.
Oh, I'm glad my wife isn't watching today, the Sun Devil. Let's
Oh man.
let's talk about player predictions for 23-24.
Sure.
We talked about some of the things we think are going to happen this year, but I want your predictions on specific players. Gerald, let's start with you. Who's on your list that you got some predictions for us?
All right, so I took Kevin Durant for starters. These are maybe some of them are a little ho-hum, like he's going to be named an all-star starter. And I think in the West, that actually means a little bit more than in the East. He's been an all-star starter, I think, the last 3 years with the Nets. It's been a while since the Suns had an all-star starter outside of Steve Nash?
Barkley.
Oh, Barkley, way back
Did
before that.
Stoudemire start?
He probably started with
Did Amari
Steve
start?
as well.
Okay, so it's been a while since we've had an all-star starter. As much as I love Devin Booker, I don't know that he gets the number of votes to get you in that spot.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Durant does. He'll be an all-star starter this year. I've got him in the 50-40-90 club again this year.
Really?
He was last year. Most of that was done in Brooklyn, obviously, but I think playing with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, he's going to be as efficient as he's ever been as long as he stays healthy. I've got him joining the 50-40-90 club for the third time in his career. For those who don't know, that's 50% shooting overall, 40% from three, 90% from the three-point line. It is a free throw line. It is a very prestigious mark to hit that not a lot of guys hit in their career. And then I've actually got him leading the Suns in scoring. Maybe this is not an off-the-wall prediction, but I do think with Booker and Beal kind of sharing more of the playmaking load, I think Kevin Durant is the direct beneficiary of that. And I think just with a full season under his belt with the Suns, like he was already averaging damn near 30 points with Phoenix in the playoffs. And we were saying that he wasn't even playing that to that level of Kevin Durant. So I think he's going to lead the Suns in scoring this season.
Is that all you got? Oh man,
For KD, I mean, I could go through my other ones, but I thought we were going to.
Do you have 3 for each player?
I have 3 for each player.
Holy crap. Okay.
I thought that's what we were doing.
No.
I did too. I thought that's what we were doing.
Oh, well.
So I have 3 for each as well.
I didn't know we were doing 15 altogether. My bad. Okay. Well, I just have simple ones.
Okay. So
would you like to give your simple
Should
ones?
I throw a simple one out
Throw
there?
a simple one out there.
Okay. All right. Well, I think Booker is going to drop 80 points on 2-4 to honor Kobe Bryant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
That's at Washington, by the way.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll start with one of mine. I'll go through Drew Eubanks. I have on my list. He'll have at least 8 poster dunks this season. I think he's gonna.
8.
I think he's gonna body some dudes
Mm-hmm.
this season. He'll be viewed as one of the best backup bigs in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like this one, but we know it's going to be true.
What?
Inevitably, 50% of the Suns fans will be clamoring for him to start at center by January because that's the way this works.
It is true.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I
Roll
get that.
through your next one,
Yeah.
Gerald?
I did Eric Gordon as well. I think he's going to average. He hasn't averaged this in like 4 years, but I think he's going to put up 15 a night on 40% shooting from 3. I think he's going to close more games for the Suns than Josh Okogie or Keita Bates-Diop. And I think he's going to win 6th Man of the Year award if he does those things. I think the Suns are going to win enough games where 15 points is enough. We saw last year, like the 6th Man of the Year race has not been great in recent seasons. It doesn't take a ton to be in consideration. So I think if the Suns are like a top 2 seed and he's putting up those numbers and closing games for the Suns, I think he's got a shot at it.
I think he'll also have multiple game winners.
Okay. I'd be cool with that.
Multiple game winners.
Because they're going to be so focused on the other 3 guys. He's just going to be open from like 35 feet out.
Wow. Okay. My second one is DeAndre Ayton is going to have one of the most epic 1.30 rebound efforts you've ever seen versus Nikola Jokic this season.
Okay.
All right. Tumani Kamara is next on my list. He's going to crack the rotation by December.
Ooh.
I think his hustle, his defense, as long as he works on that 3-point shooting, I think he's going to see minutes by December. I think he's going to prove that he has the potential to be a defensive stopper, and he's going to gain so much trust from Frank Vogel on that end of the floor that he plays playoff minutes this year.
Okay. They could use some help at the 4 if that's where they're going to play him because I think they're going to try Chimezie Metu at that spot, but like we saw with Nigeria and like we've seen in the past, he's more of a small ball 5, so I could see him, Tumani, getting a crack in the rotation. Let's see. I had Yuta for my third player. I think he's going to shoot a career high 45% from three. I think he already shot the ball remarkably well last year, and that was playing with Kyrie and KD. I think this year he's going to benefit even more from that spacing. He's a corner sniper. I think he's going to have a career year from deep. I do think he'll be part of the playoff rotation, and I think he's going to get the nod to participate in the three-point contest. I think if he does those things, especially like I said, on a top 2 team in the West, I think he might get a shot.
All right. Mine is a Bradley Beal prediction. I don't know why I wrote this as a headline. I said, Bealy good.
He's just going to be good. All right.
Bradley with a career high 63 versus the Wiz. The Wiz are getting absolutely trounced by the Suns this year.
How many
Booker's
points are
gonna
we
have
scoring
80,
in that game?
And well, there's 2 different games because we'll play them twice. I don't know if you're new to the NBA, but
245 points.
It's the highest scoring game in NBA history. No, they're gonna. This one will be at home in front of our fans. He will have 63.
Okay.
Let's stay with Bradley Beal. I say he ties or surpasses his career record of 6.6 assists per game.
Okay.
I think he's going to be a distributor along with Book on this team, and there are going to be plenty of assists to be had out there on the court with this offense. I say he shoots over 50% from the field for the first time in his career, and he makes the All-Star team. Those are my Bradley Beal predictions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I'm cool with it.
yeah.
I feel like one of my headlines later is about Bradley Beal in the All-Star game, but it's not as positive as yours is.
You son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. There's so many good players in the West. I feel like he's probably going to be that guy that gets left off. But
I got big plans for Bradley Beal this year.
Oh, good to know. Okay, Coach.
what do you have planned for Bradley Beal?
Take him to a nice dinner.
Hey, Bradley Beal's about to put it down this year.
Okay.
I think people are sleeping
agree.
on him.
I agree. He's the best third option we may have ever seen in basketball.
Here's a wild prediction: he won't be the third option by the end of the year.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a wild prediction.
Ooh. I could see it.
I could not.
see it. Hopefully for good reasons.
I'm not even going to tell you which of the two he would like overtake because I don't even think it's worthy. I just don't think that people will view him as the third option anymore by the end of the season. How about we say it that way?
He'll be so good that it'll be tough to look at him as a third.
it'll be kind of neutral across the board. Like pick your poison, you're getting done in each way you go.
Okay, that makes sense. I got you on that.
I've got another prediction.
What's that?
If you guys go to Burrito Express,
Oh
you
my
won't be
God, Wes.
disappointed. That is my prediction. I love Burrito Express. I know everybody here does. They hook us up
I hate
all
you
the
for
time.
that.
Why? You thought I had a real prediction?
I hate you.
I mean, I'm 100% right
I
on this.
didn't know we were doing it in the middle of this this segment.
Oh, you got more predictions?
Yeah, I had 5.
Oh, did you?
Oh, we
We had 3 per player.
Okay.
You follow instructions.
Guys, none
Wait,
of,
so what are
none of
your
you
other-
guys, you guys all, I told you to rediscuss this, and you came to a conclusion, and everyone sent me the correct thing. Gerald was on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
Saul was on the right path. He's reading his stuff. Espo, I don't know what the fuck you're reading, dude.
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
we
what?
said
was
5
supposed to be
headlines and
5
3
headlines and
players
3 player
predictions.
predictions.
These are my 5 headlines.
Well, we're not
we
doing
were
the
doing-
headlines.
I'm
we're
sorry.
doing
predictions.
predictions.
I thought it was 5 player predictions and 3 headlines.
Yeah, see? Yeah, so Saul doesn't know what he's talking about. Hey, Emma, to quote you, get fucked, nerd.
Not at all, because Espo, you still have yet to read anything that you sent me.
All right,
I'm so confused.
Anyway.
I was
I am
confused from the
too.
jump.
I just don't know what's going on.
I just read it directly from our Slack message, Emma. So if you'd like me to come show you, I can.
I like the 5 that you sent last.
Let's restart this.
Okay, should I finish out my
Why don't you
things?
finish off your predictions? Go ahead,
Yeah,
Saul.
okay.
Since you didn't follow instructions, this is shit.
Poor
Can-
Burrito Express,
Can Lindsay
man.
come back, please? Please.
This is all jacked up. I have Kevin Durant hitting a buzzer beater this season to
Okay.
eliminate the Sacramento Kings from contention. Because
From the play-in?
from everything, from oblivion. I am.
They will cease to exist after this
Let me
dagger.
just say it like this, okay? I know that there's people out there that thought the Kings were like this cute little story and all this other stuff. I don't give a shit about the Sacramento Kings, and I hope they go 0-82.
Hold on a second. He just
Why
took
do
a
you-
shot at Lindsay.
I
and
know.
that is why.
She's not even here to defend her second favorite team.
Well, that's why I'm saying it, Gerald.
Damn.
Jesus.
Got to get him off
I don't
now.
want to catch that smoke when she's here.
No one does.
Do you have another one?
Listen, I
Saul?
think Sacramento. Listen, I just think that the Sacramento Kings were wildly overrated last year. They had a really good run, But it ends. It ends this time because nobody's believing the Sacramento Kings.
Damn.
I believe
So
in the
out of play-in,
Sacramento.
so not even a top 10 team in the West.
Not even a top 10 team.
I
in the West.
believe in Sacramento. I mean,
Good for you.
not to win the West or anything,
No,
but more than you do.
And ironically, my last one was this headline is called "Chasing Footprints," because
We're not doing headlines yet.
I don't give a fuck what we're doing because I don't even know what we're
I
doing.
think that ship
By
has
the end
sailed.
of the season, UWM will now own the naming rights to every Valley Arena.
Every Valley Arena.
So Chase Field and
okay.
the footprint will be called the UWM something.
Okay. Interesting.
Hey, Saul, I got another prediction for you.
What's
If
that?
you go to Burrito Express, you're going to love what they have to offer you. Burrito Express hooks us up here all the time. I'm a big fan of their breakfast burritos. Like, you can't get better.
You know what city
than
doesn't
breakfast.
have Burrito Express?
Sacramento.
Hey.
Hey! Because never mind. They have multiple Valley locations, not in Sacramento, but you got them in Tempe, in Chandler, all over the place. The Tempe location is my favorite, and I love what they do for the community as well. So make sure to check out Burrito Express at Burrito EXP on Twitter and grab a burrito today. And remember, it's not a cup holder in your car. It's a burrito holder. Don't you forget it.
I do want to preface something. I do like the fine folks of Sacramento.
Okay.
I just want to say that before you all bury me on social today, because that's going to happen.
Okay.
But I just think that what's your next ad read? Go ahead, tell me. Oh, Shady Rays. Okay. I like to throw some shade at people, and this is the way I could do it.
There you go.
So do I. Ask Emma.
So,
Bro, you're gonna wake up underwater.
well, as Hello said, the show has already gone off the rails into some water, ate by a whale, and then shat out.
That sounds about
Which
right.
is true.
Yep. Shady Rays. I'm not even going to try a transition. The best polarized sunglasses in the business. They have also the best warranty and replacement plan in all of sunglass land. Whether you break them, you lose them, no matter what, they will send you a replacement pair for $0, right?
Nobody reaches like Espo.
In all of Sunglass Land.
Oh, yes.
You know.
I forgot about that warranty that I bought from Sunglass Hut back in the day. And this one is so much more superior.
It's so better. They're the kings of Sunglass Land. It's Shady Rays. Don't confuse it with Shady Ray over at ASU. It's Shady Rays, and they're going to take care of you with the best sunglasses.
You know who did
in
not
the
get a
business.
warranty plan with their Shady Rays?
ASU.
Shady Ray. There you go.
Shady Rays will take care of you. You can go check them out at their Kierland Commons location to see all of their amazing sunglasses in person. Not every single pair they have, just every single pair that you can try on. Not their warehouse. It's a storefront. All right, so go check them out. Exclusively for our viewers, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com. Use the promo code PHNX for 50% off 2 pairs or more of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Is there any way to get this back on the rails, or are we just going to keep careening?
Eli said Espo doing an ad read is like him doing a parody of himself doing an ad read.
Yes. Yes, it is. I don't know. Nobody else volunteers to do them, so I just have to do them. That's the way it works. Headlines. Gerald, apparently Saul already gave all his. So what do you got?
Gerald also gave some of his headlines.
Yes, I mean, well, not intentionally. Some of my predictions and headlines overlap. Like one of them, Kevin Durant selected as starter for 2024 NBA All-Star Game. Next one, Bradley Beal headlines biggest All-Star snubs. I agree with you that he's going to be viewed as much more than a third option. I think people are sleeping on Bradley Beal and the impact that he's able to have when he's surrounded by more talent than he's ever played with in his career. But I do think there are just too many big names in the West for any team really to have 3 All-Stars this season. I feel like that's going to be hard to do in the West. So I think he's going to be the biggest snub that gets left out, even though he'll be deserving. Again, Eric Gordon winning 6th Man of the Year. And then these two are fun. Suns win 2024 NBA championship, and Devin Booker cements place as greatest Sun of all time.
Greatest Arizona sports hero of all time. I will say that. My prediction for this year is Devin Booker will win MVP.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to win MVP, not only because he's going to lead this team, and I think Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal are more than happy to let him lead said team. That doesn't mean that they're going to play inferior to him. It's just they're going to acknowledge that this is Book's team, and we're going to play our role. But I think because of Book's playmaking ability and how it's evolved over the last several years, it's really going to come to fruition. I almost got to the point where I felt like, man, he could average a triple-double this year if he really wanted to. But the rebounds to me are the one thing that I feel like he can't really control as much. And because of the height, and the length and the position, it's really hard to do that. I don't think, man, I can't even remember if there has been anybody under the size of 6'6" that has had a triple-double outside of Russell Westbrook.
No. That has had or averaged?
That has averaged a triple-double.
Oscar Robertson.
Well, I mean, yeah, but those are the only two players that have averaged.
Oscar Robertson like 6'8", 6'7"?
No, he was a point guard.
He was a tall guard.
He wasn't 6'8".
I think he was a taller guard, but
Here,
but either way, those are the only two that have ever done it.
But
in
MVP,
season.
I feel like MVP is right there within reach for Devin Booker, and if they have the kind of season that we hope that they have, he's going to be the face of that.
Oscar Robertson was 6'5".
Okay. What kind of numbers are we thinking for Book to win MVP or to be in the running at least?
I think 27, 8, and 8.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that, especially on a top two.
Or let me rephrase this. Let me say 27, 10, and 6.
Okay.
I think if he averages double-digit points and high double-digit points and then double-digit assists, that puts him in the realm of where Chris Paul was in terms of assists and at a higher level scoring wise. So I'd be down with that.
Okay.
Can I give more headlines?
Yeah, go for it.
I have Matt Ishbia gets standing ovation on opening night.
Okay.
I mean, he's obviously going to be in the building for the banners. You're unveiling the new roster. I mean, I think the man deserves a standing ovation at that point, right?
Well, yeah, because at halftime they'll probably introduce him to say some words. So I would assume he'll get it then. Yeah.
Kevin Durant roasts local columnist on Twitter. That's a headline we're seeing. I'm not saying who.
Let's hope it's not me.
I mean,
you're not a columnist.
It's going to be someone. I mean, you can put local media member. Somebody is getting roasted by Kevin Durant on Twitter.
Deservedly so, probably.
Sometimes less is more.
I think I'm probably high in those odds too. If I say something ridiculous as well, but yeah, less is more sometimes. Booker moves solidly into second place on the all-time Suns scoring list. This is almost an inevitability.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if he were to play all 82 games and average 14 points, he'd move into second place. But you know what the craziest thing is? Alvin Adams sits in second place right now, and Book will do it in roughly 400 fewer games.
That's wild. That's crazy.
That's
so
insane. So he'll move closer to that number one spot, but he'll definitely be in two by the end of the year. I'm saying Kevin Durant sets the Phoenix Suns record for most triple doubles this season.
Really?
Kevin Durant.
Okay.
There's only the most that have ever been happened in a Suns season is 8 by Jason Kidd.
Okay.
So I think we get 9. Kevin Durant.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to say by the end of the year, outside of, I know Al McCoy already has the media room. I feel like the Suns will do something else to honor Al McCoy and his contributions to this team. And hopefully, and I say this hopefully because, hey, listen, we know Al is an older gentleman and he's retired. And if he wants to, I hope that if the Suns do somehow find their way on the verge of cementing their first championship in franchise history, meaning that they have at least 3 wins in the NBA Finals, that Al is back for at least maybe the last couple minutes of that final game if it looks like we're going to seal it. Because to hear him be able to say the words, the Suns are now NBA champions, would be just, I think everybody would cry.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're going to cry regardless, but I think it makes it that much
we'll be
more
sobbing.
Powerful at that point. I'll go this far, and I'll look straight in the camera, and I'm pleading to you again, Matt Ishbia. Get the man a statue. He deserves it. put one out there in the concourse or out in front of the arena, wherever. My final headline: Phoenix Suns defeat the Milwaukee Bucks to win their first title in NBA history, thus ending the coin toss curse, which started this all when the Bucks got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Suns got screwed. I think that it's going to be sweet redemption at that point.
A lot of demons being exercised with that one, not just from the coin toss,
general,
but from a couple years ago.
I mean, it feels like a fitting end to this first year or so of the Matt Ishbia era. He's done everything right. He saved a great franchise and put it back where it deserves to be. The league is very happy that he's the guy in charge now, and I imagine the basketball gods will be too, and I hope this is finally where we can put all of that to rest this year.
It'd be an incredible story, not just from the Suns and Matt Ishbia, but for Booker sticking it out through all the seasons he did. Kevin Durant proving he can win on a different team that's not, the holdovers from a 73-win team. Bradley Beal proving he can be that guy in the playoffs. And the Bucks too, because the Bucks going to the finals would be something of a neat story because of what happened to them in the first round last year. So that would be a pretty cool little collision course if we got that rematch in the finals.
Yeah, get a little of those feels back from 2021, but actually, like you said,
finish it off.
The demon, actually complete what started this run. It would be very, very fitting for this. Saul, did you have any other predictions or headlines or whatever the hell we're on right now?
No, that is all for me.
I do think James Jones will be, depending on how well the Suns do, executive of the year it should be on people's radars, not just because of the Bradley Beal heist, but because of who he was able to sign on vet minimums. If those guys show out, I'm struggling to maybe the Celtics just because of the flashy Porzingis trade, but there wasn't a ton of movement this offseason that I'm looking at that's executive of the year stuff.
Do you think if OKC surprises that Presti could get it for the body of work that put them there?
I feel like not really, because I think they always look at moves that are made rather than okay, the young guys finally grew up type of thing.
You can't give Presti the lifetime achievement of hoarding draft picks to finally get here.
Yeah.
I could definitely see James Jones getting that award again, and deservedly so, for what he was able to pull off this offseason.
You have to dress as a Wookiee, yeah?
I do still.
When are we doing this?
I don't know. When I can find a Wookiee costume.
Maybe the first takeover?
I could do it for the first takeover.
Yeah.
Okay.
You going to wear it in the arena?
Hell no.
Why?
Because I'm a respected journalist, God damn it.
No, you're not. That's not at all what it is. First of all, you're not even a journalist.
Not true. I'm the Walter Cronkite of Sun.
He writes one column per quarter.
Okay. If you listen to Lindsay, I'm a reason you subscribe to be a diehard, all right?
So you can get Espo and Gerald's content.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what she has said.
Espo does most of the...
wrote one time this year, and now he's a world-renowned writer.
Gerald does the heavy lifting. I show up every once in a while. It sounds like the show in general. So. But speaking of diehards, we have the best offer that we have ever had when it comes to our diehard membership. It's our countdown to kickoff event, and for the next, literally, time's running out here. What do we got? Another 9 hours or so left in this deal. You can become a diehard member for $60. As part of that, you're going to get a free T-shirt. So really, I mean, when you look at this, you're spending basically $30 to be a diehard, and you're going to get access to the best content I write. I mean, you can wait another 6 months for that, but really, you're going to get the amazing stuff that Gerald, Howard Balzer, Jesse, and Craig Morgan write. They do fantastic work. You're going to get access to that. You're going to get access to our Discord. You're going to get fantastic discounts, 20% off our merch, our events. This is the place you want to be. Come be part of the family. This is the best deal you're going to get.
We are choosing, as we speak, the takeover dates for this season. You do not want to miss those events. They are so much fun. There's a couple games that are in the upper deck. There's a couple games that are in the lower deck. And word on the street is we are trying to get a suite this year. So we're hoping to hook that up as well. It's always a great time. We usually go across the street to like the Desmond or something like that, who always treat us great. Pizza, wings, like tremendous food and alcohol. Like it's a great time. Like you guys got to become a diehard. You gotta come kick it with us and have fun at these events. So please, please, please get a $60 membership because this might not ever happen again. Take advantage.
And we're going to have some big news coming up probably Friday. And maybe we'll let the Discord know a little bit earlier than everybody else.
We have huge news coming out tomorrow. We have huge news coming out Friday. And then
we're taking Monday off. No.
And then we have major announcements that are going to be happening starting tomorrow. Like I'm telling you, like we're doing some pretty cool things over here.
Yeah, there's not a better time to become part of the family, become a diehard for just $60. And Saul, we got a big college football weekend coming up. Baseball's in full swing. We got our DraftKings pick of the week. And I know that you had said to me, hey, Espo, I know we got this and I got it under control. I got a winner for the people. So what's your DraftKings pick of the week?
So listen, as much as I'm a U of A guy, and I am, you take ASU and the points and you run on Thursday. They will obliterate Southern Utah. I think the point spread's something in the 20s, higher than that. Higher. It'll be a 40 burger by the time it's all said and done. Those kids are going to be a little salty. They're going to be a little bit angry, a little anxious. They're ready to prove something. I can't believe I'm saying this about ASU people, but yeah, they're going to absolutely destroy Southern Utah because everything in Utah is crap.
Sure. Jaden Rashada, over under 4 touchdowns.
Over.
That's what I was thinking. In his
actually,
first game.
Under. He'll have three passing, 2 rushing.
I like that.
Okay.
I mean, that should be fun. And look, if you're a college football fan, you got to be ready for week 1. Kicks off tomorrow, and DraftKings Sportsbook is hooking you up with a can't-miss offer to start the season strong. This week, new customers can bet just $5 on college football and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's right. Anything can happen in college football, and your team could go from unranked to dynasty mode in just a couple of years. Maybe ASU and U of A will do that here. Change comes fast. The only thing that looks that's a lock is this great offer from DraftKings. Again, you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use that code PHNX, and if you're a new customer, you're going to score $200 in bonus bets instantly when you just bet $5 on any college football game. Put it on Saul's pick of the week as well. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code PHNX. The crown is yours. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. God, I like when Shane reads disclaimers and I don't have to.
Joshua Marlowe in the chat says, can you bring +1s to events? Yeah, you just got to buy the ticket. Yeah, because these are ticketed events. For some of these events, not every event is ticketed. The more, the merrier. At always at our free events for sure. But for ticketed events, you're gonna have to buy a ticket for them.
Okay, Eduardo in the chat says, just found out you can't access the PHNX website on ASU Wi-Fi. I need to know if this is true.
Because I
have registered as a porn site or something.
No, at the previous apartment that I used to live in, the Wi-Fi that they offer, like the community Wi-Fi, it has restrictions. Our site does not show up on Wi-Fi that has any sort of restrictions for
because
some
of
reason.
All those Gerald deep fried
It's
stickers.
because of your damn glizzy photos.
Now I got to talk to people over at ASU and figure out how we can rectify this.
We got to get that sorted out. I think it's something with our website that
we're nothing but here for the college kids. Like that's a main demo we have, and and they can't see us on ASU's campus.
Yeah,
it's just a firewall. It's really easy to fix. We can get it fixed.
All right, we're gonna take down ASU's firewall.
No.
That's what I heard. Emma's gonna hack ASU's firewall.
No, we are not. No.
can't access it at work either. The people are trying to hold us down here.
Oh man.
Just what's
Yeah,
happening.
hello says Saul's feet gets shown one time. yeah.
No.
I blame you, Chris Satofa. I see the new profile pic.
This is true, Brian. Brian, a U of A would never.
No, there are no restrictions on their Wi-Fi.
Do they have Wi-Fi at you?
Oh God.
Oh, stop
Really?
it.
Really?
In the middle
Sir,
of
that's
nowhere, probably
lowbrow.
not.
Now I'm demanding. I'm going to talk to Michael Crow myself. We're gonna get this fixed before the end of the semester
You
for
know that
everybody
man that
over
well?
at ASU. What was that?
You know that man that well?
I know everybody that well. That's what it's like being Espo. Anyways, let's wrap this up because this has been just special today. He is Gerald.
Yes, most self-promotion
He's just-
tour continues.
He's Gerald Bourget. You can follow him at Gerald Bourget. He's Saul. You can follow him at Saul_Bookman. You can follow the show at PHNX_Suns. You can follow me at Espo. And remember, sometimes things don't go as planned, and I guess that's okay. Ahoy, ahoy.
Yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though. Lindsey, Gerald, Espo. Saul pass the ball. We here to turn up the tempo. Got to understand me. I'll always rep the family.